This is the swampland taro, which the Hawaiian have swampland, mountain water, and the dry land, which Hawaiian call Mauku taro, where Akua give them a lot of rain. So in this patch here, I have all kind of taro, dry land, wet land, or whatever you want to call it. But the variety had died out. Then this is only the balance of what we struggling with to bring back the taro population. Uh, right now in here, this taro patch, water comes in. There's no well spring that coming through this taro patch. We have only spring water that's coming through the land and bubbling out into the taro patch. If you block the portion where the water is running into the ocean, it'll just overflow the whole taro patch and get back to the ocean, the balance of the water. So in here, well, we go right to the point now of taro, that which you can see. This taro here is what we call mana pico. Mana is the pico in here, which the branch off comes out this way. It forms a pico right in here. This is not a variety of mana. This is one of the name of the taro, the Hawaiian variety of taro, which they call mana pico. This one, this one over here is we call pico, pico kea. So right in this portion here is all pico pico kea. I said few of them in here. In the back of me, this one over here is pico pico ula ula. So this one over here is one of the laulo taro, and this one here is a laulo palakea ele, which the Hawaiian use for medicine purpose. So this old man told me in Kailua Kona, where he flipped over with a Model T Ford. Uh, he got into an accident, and the skin of it and his flesh from underneath his chin went all over his head and fall backwards. So he said his face was all just red with blood coming down and everything. And one of his uncle, Kahuna La'au Lapau, made the medicine from this type of taro. And if you understand taro like the way I understand, you know, you are afraid to even put the juice on your skin or on your sore, whatever you got. But the Hawaiian knew how to use this, and they smash the taro and everything and put everything, the juice and everything on top his flesh. Then put back his skin over his face to cover the everything and tap in everything to look like he's a man, you know. So he said, "Did you use anything else beside that taro?" He says, "No, master. That's the only thing that my uncle did use." And he said, and everything healed back perfectly in couple days time, you know. Then he showed me his face, you know, to look with a scar. The scar is in the back of his chin over here. Then his ear and everything came out. Then this thing fall backwards. Then after the uncle put everything back with that taro lao, he said everything healed up nicely. Never did bother him or anything. But if you understand taro, you cannot put the juice in your mouth because it's maneo. You know, oxalate crystal inside is so great that it'll irritate your skin. But yet they use it for other kind of purpose of sickness. So the taro is very important to the Hawaiians, you know, on all islands. Not to the modern generation, because the modern generation is going way backwards. So what they have to do is now come back and study the thing and come back to like the old time. And for food purpose, the taro is one of the best uh, for the all type of sickness. The food they can eat. So they can eat the leaf, the haha, the comb underneath, and the rest of that, you could be feeding to the pigs or the chicken. There's no problem. So the taro is well used by all nationality now. So the modern generation gotta catch up to the olden time because the olden time, after the old people die, nobody goes back to the taro patch. So you can see in the back Eufaula side, in the back of Eufaula, how many years. This is only about 3 years now they haven't used, and you can see how the bulrushes grow back and everything. And the further back of that, the plum trees and everything. The land is total, never did use from way back days after the old people passed away. So the modern generation, thinking now of bringing back the taro, but taro is a love for the farmer to raise the taro. He have to show love to the taro. Otherwise, the taro would not cooperate with him. You know, as the old saying is, if you show love, the plant will show love and get back to its natural state. So right now, you can see this patch over here. I have small ones, big ones, and everything because I almost lost the whole patch of to big leaf fungus, or we call them freckles. They got small leaf freckles, which we call just spotted on them, dry spotted on them. That is not so bad, but we had the big leaf fungus that rot in the whole leaf and the whole portion on the top. So when that thing happen and your taro is just growing, you're gonna lose your plant, your taro plant and everything. Once you die back, then we cannot take the comb and make it into poi. It gets slowly, watery. That's just like Hawaiian says, don't take the young leaf because you'll redraw the starch from the taro. After the taro start forming, he redraw it and he won't stop them from growing. He'll form the big comb. But then after he forming the big comb, when he cook it, it's water. Hawaiian says loli, water, you know. So that's the kind of things that the younger generation uh, and the kupunas now that doesn't know much about tarot, they only hear, say, and whatnot. They have to practice the culture and keep going back, and through their mistake and everything, and listen to what the kupunas had said before, and that's how they'll work the therapist. I don't go in anything like people say there's not enough water in the therapist, you know, because I've been through the whole state of Hawaii and every place where they claim no water, there's not enough water. If you don't have water, you don't have water. If you have water that's coming from the stream and tapping every day is coming the flow, all what you have to do, if you got and the therapist in the valley and whatnot, if you plant, you just have just little water that's moistening the whole taro patch. But this mud exposing in the taro patch will have millions of seeds growing, and that seed when it grows, it germinates so fast. You give them 1 week, they're about 3 inches. And you give them 2 weeks, they're about 3, 4 feet tall already, and the taro cannot stand the grass because that's not the honor. If you plant taro to taro like this and everything, if there's no weeds inside, they love each other and they'll grow. But outside of that, the grass is the enemy that will kill them. John knows that, which I'm telling him now. Cut his grass and let the keiki come out. Save the huli. If not save the huli, he's going to be stranded. He's not going to be a terra farmer. A terra farmer guy is just like any other farmer. Got to take a licking day in, day out. If you're lucky, you get a good crop. If not, you're hard luck. So the water is in the terra patch is very important. So the gate, you got gate going out over there. This is only water coming out from the ground. I can just open all the gate and just drain this whole terra patch and let just the mud expose and wherever the water is. And you give me in 1 week time, this terra patch will look all green with the weeds growing on the mud. But if you know how to control them, you don't have to work too hard. The hardest you'll work is to open up your taro patch. Once you got it clean, keep them clean. Malama that, the kalo, then you'll be all right. Then the water, if the grass start growing and the dirt has exposed, it's gonna grow. You're gonna find coming up the limu what we got over here, we call fern that floats on the water. That that thing, a lot of farmers don't like that because he says it chokes out everything, But I like that because it keeps the water cool. It's not going to grow more than uh, what you think about. It's just a floating fern that stays on the top of the water, keep the water cool. Then the water in the taro patch, they're always complaining that the water will get warm or hot. But that is not. It is true that the water will come warm. But if you regulate your water and don't say that you don't have enough water. If you have enough water that's going through your taro patch and going through the ditches, the Hawaii, and go down back to the ocean, there's you know no pilikia because you have water. But if you say the water is warm, it's rotting in the comb when the taro is mature, that is true too. But if you the farmer, you know, if I deprive you of water, you dehydrate, So same thing like the taro. So what you do is bring up your water, block your gate to about 2 inches. Or there you see water here that's only just about 1 inch high. Then you can bring them up another 3 inches of water. And when you bring it up that high, you kill all the young grasses. In that 1 week time, you can just drown it. Then the next week, open the gate and leave the water. But if you hold the water in there, then you can see whatever grasses that the strong one had came close to the taro will come up. So that's the thing is the regulation of the water. If you have a lot of water inside, it takes the sun from in the morning to get over you to in the afternoon. Before the water could be heated up to the warmness of the taro would not stand. It won't kill a taro, but they always says the thing will rot in the taro, you know, and the taro will come pilo. Because why? Because the water is not enough and they get stale. And when they get stale, uh, the taro it's not their fault. They have to eat and everything like us, you know. So that's what they're doing. They're eating that Hawaiian called pilipilo or water, the stale water. Then that's what absorbing their body. Then when you cook the comb and make poi after poha, then you find the smell of that poi. But it's not poison. It's edible and everything. But a lot of people don't like that. So what you have to do is regulate your water. The water is important. I know it's important because without water, the farmer can work in day out, day in, and he get half a time to upkeeping his taro patch. But if you regulate the water, you control the grasses. You don't have to put too much time in your taro patch. Block your gate, bring it up 3 inches of water. By the time the sun pass over, he just about getting warm and everything. He sets down overnight. The water is cool again you know. So the water, the farmer gotta understand that if you don't have too much water, block your gate. Then they're gonna say, oh, the taro gonna come pilo because the oily water would not run out. But it will run out whatever it comes in. See, if you got a small little pan, you put about 2 inch water out, you put it out in the hot sun from in the morning. By the time it gets in the afternoon, if you get 3 inch water in there, the small little pan will heat up that water. By the time the sun sets, the water is hot. So what you gotta do is put more water. If you put more water in the big pan, you're gonna find out that the water takes quite a while before he get warm. So that's the way I look at it, and that's the way I had tried to work my taro patch. You know, so the water, well, you see low this way. Why the water is low? The spring is coming up, but I had opened the gate. Just what it comes up to flow out. You see, so the taro will get enough clean water to eat and everything, and take care of himself. Then the water is very important for all taro. That's more type of water. You have taros that don't care too much for too much water, but they have to have moist. Without moist, they're nothing. They'll die. It's just like man, no water, they'll just evaporate. So the The taro patch, like this swamp taro patch, is important to the land, to the Hawaiians that which had only swampland. So if they have a swampland taro patch, they're thankful they had swampland taro patch because they have cocoa, the food for them to eat. So water, I hope this can let the other farmers know that the water what they got from the river or from the stream, it's the same thing, but the swampland is to regulate your water. If you got maybe 50 feet by 50 feet square taro patch, if you got water that's coming in, if you block that water before it goes out, it'll rise overnight. Then he'll get about 3 inches of water or 4 inches of water. It's all depend on the gate what you're gonna let go of the water or throw away the pilo water. But if it builds up, the stale water in the taro patch will not come more stale because the water is diluting. So it dilutes that stale water, and he's going to flush it out anyway because he have to rise up in here, then goes out. The taro have more water to feed itself, and the taro won't be pilo. So that's the portion that the farmers got to understand that if they have a lot of water, the streams or the Hawaii get a lot of water, and yet they're not using all of the water. They're only using portion of the water to go through the patch and keep it going. So they want the water to be moving. But with us in the swampland, the water is always moving, coming out with you guys, you like it or not. And if the gate is low, he's going to stick low. Then everything, the water will get warmer and everything. But if when the water builds up, the water is always cool underneath. So the plant won't be, pilikia on that thing. So that's the only thing the modern generation got to learn, to control their water. The gate, which I told a lot of, taro growers, put up the water gate, block it a little more for 2 inch, then they'll get 2 inch more water in the taro patch. Then they check the taro patch from in the morning until the summer month is the hottest month. So when the sun goes down and it's just about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you check the water or 1 o'clock as the warmest time of the water would be. Then after that the sun goes down, then the water will come back to cool again. So there's always cool water, and not hearing this, oh, the water too hot, spoiling the taro. But if you had experience the way I had experienced all my life with taro, that's why you walk through my taro patch, you're not going to find grass, they only small. So which small portion which I can control, which this taro is young yet, so I can just walk in slowly and pull out whatever weeds. And what I do is just peel up the weeds and come into the lepo to feed, organic feed them and everything. Then keep it clean that way. And if I have more problem, raise my water more high so the grass won't beat me. The only thing I got problem is the bank of my taro patch. So what I doing trying to go to the modern weed killer, trying to use on the bank to keep the bank clear. You go like Kenai and all those places where I been, or you go YPO Valley, they use the weed eater the bank and everything. It's well and fine because they don't have too much pohaku like the way we have over here. It's just nothing but stone. So they can lamo. Some of them will bring their regular lamo to lamo their bank and everything, to keep it clean. But weed weed killing is just killing the bank and everything. Then just leave it go. Then you'll be free for, you know, maybe almost half of a year that the weeds won't grow on your taro patch. So that's the only thing that give me the most trouble out. But the thing is, the Hawaii, as long you keep the Hawaii clean, where the water will run down, from every taro patch and get down to the ocean, to the ocean, then that would be all right with you. See, taro on the variety of taro which I have the way I'm planting in here, I have no choice because I have only a small portion of taro patch, which I had kept the variety of 63 Hawaiian variety, not Samoa, Tahiti, and all those taro which I had, not even Japanese taro. So that to hold on to the variety of what I had when the disease hit me, well, then I lost a lot of them. I lost from over here already. So you can see that on the taro, the young ones that had died, I planted again and died and I planted again, you know. So you can see some taro on that side is more mature. The one in the back here is just the same age with this younger one, but they're hitting more of the solid ground near to the bank. So that's what giving them more vitamin that they grow bigger, see. But if you fertilize them, you got money to fertilize them, well, go ahead and fertilize them. But if you don't, well, you know, you're going to be just like me, a poor farmer. But as long as you get enough, Hawaiian said, enough for I to eat and live by, you know. And don't sit around home and say, "Shit, I wish I had a taro patch." Your grandfather, your grand uncle, and everybody got taro patch. Or what? They're not using it. Hey, get the family together and hustle together. And there's only one man who will be the head man, the leading man that will. All the family can give a hand. Then plant the huli, spend their money to plant the huli, then raise the taro. Then when the time for pool, there's only one man will control who says here, pull this one over here for us. And don't go skipping around and pulling because you are shareholder in the therapist, then nothing will work out, you know. And then that's when a lot of the Hawaiians give up. They say, oh, I don't like work because my family, they can pull any place what they like. So that's the problem they get, you see. So that's not my kuleana, that's their kuleana because my kuleana is with my wife's family. And if they agree, if they want to come and work the therapist, well and fine. Get in here and open up the therapist. It's all the way up, all the way to down to the beach. But if they don't want, well, they got free taro. You know, they want to make poi. Hey, everybody will have us the same amount of taro to make the poi. You know, so no one will say, "Oh, uncle had take more than us, or we didn't get our share." But if you put your share, if you find out the Hawaiian way of the in the Ahafua of taking care of the water ditch, which everybody is using the water. So each one of the family got to come out and could be share in time or clean the terrapatch ditch, so each one can get lot of couple gallons of water anyway to water the terrapatch. So in here right now, so you can start from in the back of me. This is Manalauloa, you know, and this is not going out of the line, but this is where Mrs. Lelehu Seb, my Lauhola teacher of weaving hat, she had grown the largest taro in Konowana High School. The taro, the grandfather had Harper planted taro in one dryland portion, which Aku give water. And uh, that taro came out the largest taro in the whole state of Hawaii. And she took the title of in Konowaina High School of 45 pounds. So she told me if the title is still in Konowana High School, since they didn't throw it away, he said she's still a title holder. You know, and 45 pounds, that's almost just like about almost a half a bag of taro already. You know, so she always remind me about that. See, so this one here is laulo. This is the mana laulo she had planted. You know, so then I got on that portion over there. That's we call RPP. Uh, that's I brought that taro when way back time when William Kaniakoa had taro patch down at YPO Valley, and it's the upper Haile Mali or that place wherever they call that place on the top. Then his Filipino father-in-law had just started planting lehua maoli and lehua keokeo or lehua eleele. So we went and visit them down there. And the taro patch is not like ours, you know. The taro patch down there is 1 acre taro patch in one. Not us, we have little small portion like the old Hawaiians used to plant, you see. So I asked William and I asked the father-in-law, how come you follow get big on taro patch? He says, well, when the Pakis, the Chinese took over the taro growing in Hawaii, they're looking for money. So they're not looking just to feed their stomach. They want money. So all available space where they can use to plant more taro, more money they can make. So that's how the Chinese involvement came in. They planted like they planting rice in China. So then the Hawaiians have a way in the way back days before the Chinese came and altered the taro patch. They pour the mud by making it to like a potato hill, a small little potato hill. Then they'll plant the taro around that mound and in the water, right around in the mound. So you're gonna see just pile of mud with the taro around and growing. It's a hard story too because when they do that, all the mud is exposed, and that's where the weeds are gonna grow in, and that's what gave them more job. Well, they're not working for nobody; they're just working for their own food. At the time before white men or anybody came, so they didn't need this. Yeah? They need love, companion for help out, feed each other, so that's what they did. Then there a lot of the kupunas themselves haven't seen that we call it always grave. It's shaped like a grave, held up, but a grave we get rock around, but this one is only just by dirt, long like a grave and healed up. Then around there on the water edge, they plant one line of taro, one line of taro in the water around. Then on the top of that, they have sweet potato, onions, and whatever they plant on the top of there. So that kept them going all the time. So that was the two ways of the Hawaiian doing. This way of planting is all the Chinese way. We always say Spake style of planting. So this is not a true Hawaiian way, but now the modern Hawaiian had adopted that to make money with that. So that's why they're using it in this modern way. With me, it's no money. The therapist didn't give me no money and everything, but he gave me all the food for 40 something years. I ate taro and pound my own poi and everything else. So that's why I'm a pork kui ai maker and a papa kui ai maker. And I plant my own kalo and variety of kalo. So variety of kalo was a challenge to me because nobody can tell me about the taro you know. So I can just tell them maybe the name, what they give what and what I'm giving might be it's almost about the same, but it's a little different. I would say it's a little different. So uh, the growth of the tower and everything, I'm making it just for my own self. I'm not selling it for the public to make money with the public. So in this portion over here, which I lost quite a lot of more here, you're gonna see some of the tower with the black stem. You're gonna see like that money right there Manini Wali over there. That's big long stripes and they have kind of fancy one. I had some place in here, Manini Care, but he had died out. So down there, I think it's died out too. So that's where the salt water come in and mingle around there with the disease. I lost that portion. So you're gonna see some with the black stem. Laulo pelkea LLE gonna be black stem. That's with the medicine taro there. You're gonna find some. I got some pickle care inside here. I get some kai ala kai care kai uli uli in here. But where they are now, I cannot find it until I go. After they get quite big, then I can go find around. This one over there, uh, kai uli uli right over there in between there. Then right next to that, that leaf I had hit there is more like a cup shape. That's apple. Then apple wai is I don't have now. I think I gave it everybody else that wanted for the leaf, to eat. So all this style what I got in here that you'll find if you go down to Dalton Aragaki's arboretum on the state egg farm. Uh, then you're gonna find they had quite a lot of varieties down there. So until you get down there, then you know what I'm talking about because they planted a dry land with just drip system and everything. It grows beautiful. So If you're not too particular about the dryland taro, which people have challenged me all the time about dryland taro, you know, they say, "What's wrong with the dryland taro?" There's nothing wrong with the taro. Everything is good. But the only thing I say is, well, even Dalton challenged me, and I told Dalton, "Well, you're gonna harvest your taro and everything, so make it into kulolo form." So he had a Hawaiian boy, one of John's family, make it into kulolo, and they made it into poi, and all of variety from the dry land. Then he had some from the wetland that came from Dr. Lapina and Jerry Oka from Kauai. So I said, you cook that all separate, then you mix them together. Then I'll go through, you put it on a bowl and whatever thing. I'll go through that the whole thing. Then I'll taste everyone. Not being greedy that I want to be first to eat it, but no, I just want to prove to them that the taste is what you call Hawaiian. We call it not loli, because loli is more water, but more like flat taste, like So then, if you used to with the dryland taro, boy is boy, you know. And if you use it with water taro, poi is poi. But when you give a water taro grower a dryland poi, they'll just whisper to the other one, "Ah, not too one." Not the taste is not good, you know. But hey, the vitamin what you get and it's the same thing, you know. And that's what we're trying to get the whole nation to go on raising taro and feeding the taro, go back to the Hawaiian way of living. But you and I know it's impossible. Even the whole nation can die, they'll never change because they love the easy way of living, you know. So, like in Japan, where this Japan follow that making fertilizer, they came to YPO Valley. So they tell me from where I come, I say from Molokai. So he say, if you like make fertilizer, they're big like my fingernail big, and they they don't they don't get you know it doesn't melt right away. So that's the thing. See, so and plus that they wanted taro that will make white poi. So for making white poi, then if they get white poi, why you want to make white poi when we or some of the people don't care too much about white poi, but if you can make white poi, they can make rice. So he told me that in Hawaii they get people that Hawaiians that cannot eat poi. That's true. See, so in Japan it's the same thing. He say in Japan the Japanese some of them cannot eat rice, so they substitute in the cocoa. So that's why he said they want a taro that will make a white poi. Then what they're gonna do is make it into rice form, so the Japanese can eat rice, white rice, but made out of poi, out of taro. So that is which we waiting for the answer now, whichever gonna come out, you know. So what in here, what not the taro that will make it the whitish poi is pololu. And if you understand pololu, why people raise pololu, they are hard taro. They're good for kulolo, and they stand the meanest treatment what you can give them you know. And you look into every taro patch where all the bulrushes had grown back, you find only the pololu is still standing up. The rest is all dead. So that's the only thing I can give you. I can go on and on talking for days about taro, but you have many things more to do, you know. But hopefully this will give little education to the younger generation. And if the younger generation need help, no wait until this Masaskino Make, you know. While he's older yet, that's the time you're supposed to ask him when he's alive, you know. So come and ask question everything. Stop me on the road, hey bro, how's this, whatnot. Then you'll learn as you go by. And if you practice, keep practicing that thing until you get the how to make that thing imperfect in your way of doing. That's why I'm trying to tell John, no give up, no give up. But I don't know with John. He's he's the way I can see it, he's trying to floating around, trying to fill in around and everything. So this is the problem, the money. So if you have money, you get honey. If you don't have money, you have no honey, no nothing. So all what I can say for the Hawaiians that want to raise taro, they're all talking about taro. They say, "Oh, get plenty land, but nobody using." Hey, I no can answer them to their problem. You see, I just barely making it over here because my wife died. I get little share in the family patch over here, and right now already the aina is out for sale. With the taro and everything, whoever gives the money, then it's out for sale. But yet, then I says there's no alanui, no right of way. So then, if you can understand with the people that live outside of you, can give you the right of way, and come down. But then, if you're away from the taro patch, you're gonna get problem with kids cutting the leaf, cutting, everything. So that's the kind of problem you get. But then you gotta kind of overlook at that. Hopefully, the parents will straighten out their kids. And if you got papaya tree and banana tree over here, I'm going to tell you it's a hopeless case too because they'll come with a knife and cut the banana tree, cut the fruit, you know. So I was a kid once, so that's why it's hard for me to get after the parents or whatnot because I don't want to pop out with them, argue with them. I just want to be happy myself, which I come therapist. This is my therapy where I come and put all my thoughts in here, forget about home, forget all my sorrows and everything, then be happy over here. If I'm not satisfied here, I go walk down the Kakai over there. Too bad I can walk up the Kuhivi over here, but we can't have everything anyway, so that's the only thing I can say about Paraguay. So no talk to me about water because I'm going to tell you the same thing about water. If you dry land, you got to work in dry land. Then if you're swampland, you're going to work on a dry land. And if you control your water and everything, the mountain therapist, the same thing. Control the water. No more water, no more honey. So if you control your water, how little water you get, if you put it into a big bucket, that bucket going to hold over whatever even drip system you put in there, you're going to hold over from the bucket. Then the water will not be stale and everything. He still be changing around.
The Lowy system is a highly sustainable, ingenious agricultural method developed by ancient Hawaiians to grow kalo and is a brilliant example of sustainable agriculture. Ancient Hawaiians used natural streams and rivers, known as auvai systems, to channel water to the kalo patches. After passing through the Lowy, the water would continue on its natural course, often cleaner than before, as the Lowy also helped filter the water. This system worked in harmony with the environment and was ecologically sustainable for centuries. The Lowy system exemplified the deep understanding that Hawaiians had of the island's ecosystems. By using natural water sources in an efficient and respectful manner, they ensured the health of their lands and waters. Restoring and maintaining Lowy today is part of broader efforts to revive traditional Hawaiian practices and enhance environmental stewardship. Traditionally, the creation and maintenance of a lo'i required the collective effort of a community, fostering a sense of kuleana, or responsibility, and aloha love for the land. Working the lo'i was not just about farming, but also about maintaining the connection between the people, the land, and their ancestors. The lo'i holds profound spiritual, cultural, and practical importance in Hawaiian society, reflecting the people's respect for nature, community, and their ancestors. Today, many efforts are being made to restore lo'i systems across Hawaii, reconnecting people to traditional practices and sustainable agriculture.